When you have #1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Auburn Tigers. The Rebels will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Makes a move. He found some really good running room on that one. It just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. So Auburn's offense will go on the attack first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Fires to the big fella. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And I think if you're on defense here, you've got to be alert, right? Are they going for it here on 4th down? Does your defense have to be on the field ready for that? Might they line up in a punt formation and try to fake it potentially? You could see that. You know, there are a lot of coaches early in games that are willing to take big risks. So bells and whistles have got to be going off if you're on defense right now.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. So Ole Miss offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And this dude knows how to get after quarterbacks. Last week he had 3 sacks. He gets his first today. I'll tell you what, you better know where he is before the ball snapped every single play.
And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Wayne. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Lyons. At the 40, there he goes. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. The Rebels want to crank the tempo. They'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, running back gets the give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to him. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coach's challenge.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave them some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on 3rd down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've gotten the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here's a hit. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Holds it in on the left. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you could tell maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. Didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together. A good response from punting last drive.
The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Dropping back, it's Manning. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Auburn. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. fire. Got it behind the line. It's Ray. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Breaks into the open. Gets it out to the 20. That's not enough for the first down. 4th down coming. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Manning. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And that's a really difficult route to handle if you can get a big fella working the outside in the corner like that.
No doubt, because he runs upfield first and then makes a beeline towards the sideline. So whether it's man or zone, you can throw that football away from the defender and make some big plays.
This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. Gets the back moving. Trying to get the corner. On the sweet spin, and he's free. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Henderson. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Here they come facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes a grab. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Manning. It's complete on the right side. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. Odd choice to take the penalty there. If you just take the loss, it also costs the offense down. Instead, they'll replay it. Takes a snap, wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Milner. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ray. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Punt is on its way. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Catch in the middle, it's Turner. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Snagged out of the air. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. He'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Tigers! Fired in from the red zone for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it down the field. They've got to score points.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. To the air on 1st down. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
The Rebels decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. And it'll be down right there.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the Gunners getting downfield to down that ball?
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Makes the grab. It's Simmons. Finds a crease at the 20. Goes out of bounds at the 25, and that's the way to get it out of your own end.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The pitch to the left. Running into the open space. Turning it on. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
They'll run it from the gun. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Gonna have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Rebels will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. On his way from around the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So here comes the Auburn offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Caught in the backfield, it's Odom. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Lost one deep down the right side. Picked off to stop the threat. Trying to take it back.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Caught in the backfield, it's Henderson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. Looking left. Got him downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
They've really got this offense humming. Just a 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, the offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Caught in the backfield. It's Milner. He's pushed out of bounds at the 13 and gives this offense a little room to work. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Under fire. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. There he goes. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Making side adjustments here. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Penn State is ahead early at Happy Valley, but that's not exactly Saquon out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Michigan State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Snagged in the middle. It's Lyons. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. pull and throw off the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Rush is on him. Grabbed over the middle. It's Odom. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Odom. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. And here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Leaves it with the back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Got it in the middle, it's Simmons. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for a crease, it's Robinson. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
He'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got his man to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Reads it, fires complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. I can't think of anything that frustrates an offensive coordinator more than holding the ball a long time and having no points to show for it, David.
And Reese, first downs, yards, that's not even what they look at anymore. Yards don't really matter. You got to execute in those critical areas on the field and get points on the board.
Yeah, it was mental errors on that last drive, too, that led to negative plays. They got to get those things erased and pull it back together here on this drive. Go put some points up on the board.
Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Under fire. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They're working that left side. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Auburn lines up quickly. To the air, it's Manning. Big fella moving. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The give to the tailback. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
The number 1 goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had 0 impact in this game.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Gives it on the option. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Auburn offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to...
Wide open on the right. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Gets it out fast. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking downfield, it's Manning. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked. The coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that is a coach.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's Ross. The ball's loose. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this defense taking one back to the house? That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
He'll go out of bounds at his own 10-yard line, and that was hardly the return they were looking for. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And down he goes back at the 3.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really give them.
And they get it in the end zone for a safety, and that should wrap this one up tight. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
One more play to pad the stats. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Runs through a tackle. And that is how we will wrap this one up. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They